asking everyone to join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen. Thank you very much. We do not have the minutes yet from our last meeting. Sorry, but we've been a little overwhelmed this past week. We will certainly have them for our next meeting, whenever that is. So we will start with an order of old business, and that is the Frederick County Board of Education vacancies. I want to remind everybody that the bill itself is exactly the same bill that we all approved this year. However, there are amendments that do two things, but we have Steve McKay with us to go into excruciating detail should there be further questions. But most of the amendments are just clarifying language to make the intent of the bill more clear. And the other thing is to reinforce that the county council must approve the nomination or the appointment of the county exec. Now, has everybody had a chance to look at the amendments? And is there anything else about the amendments that you would like to ask Steve while he's here? Because I think he has an excellent understanding of the intent as the author of the legislation.
So I do have a quick question, Madam Chair.
Sure, go ahead.
Of the delegation council. So how the chair described the bill is that, do you concur with that, delegation council, Mr. Voigt? Hello?
He's with us, but I see his microphone is.
He said he's having audio. He just texted. He's having audio issues, and he is having to get on.
If he agrees, just have him text yes.
Yeah.
Or thumbs up.
He just jumped off the call.
That'll do it. Something like this.
Did he go away?
He did. He's off the call.
He did go away.
He said he's jumping back on. He's coming back in now.
Sometimes that'll work. There he is.
Maybe he didn't hear your question.
Mr. Voigt, could you tell me did you hear how the delegation chair described the legislation that is before us today? You're muted.
You're muted, yeah.
I was having audio issues when I joined the meeting. So I wasn't able to hear what was being
So
said.
you did not hear how she described it. Could you describe the bill before us today? She said in essence that it's the same bill we approved with some clarifications. Is that the way you see it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. I move approval.
Second.
Wait, are you approving the
I'm
amendment?
approving the amendments and the bill as amended.
We have a second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Is there anyone opposed? Okay, how many votes do we have? I just want to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that correct? So 7 in favor. Okay, with that, the amendments and the bill pass. And I will write a letter to the chair of, I guess it would be Ways and Means, what the final vote was with the amendments. We have one other item on the agenda. It is something we've discussed before, but Delegate Cox asked me to put the item about Frederick County delegation, consideration of small business property tax, municipal corporations on the agenda again. It was my understanding from our prior conversation that municipal corporations already have the capability to do this, and they are doing this. But if there's something new, Delegate Cox, you're welcome to present this to us.
Well, thank you, Madam Chair and members of the delegation. I'm following up with Senator Huff's bill, actually. And I think the last that I had understood the status was that the delegation was considering whether or not it would be providing a letter of support to both the senator's bill, and then this would be the House side. So I would ask for the delegation to support it. Obviously, I think that there has been some discussion as to whether or not this is already permissible. I think this clarifies that issue, that, as I believe Senator Huff had made a point about that as well. So I would be asking for a letter of support.
Okay, the last time we discussed it, it was tabled. We did not vote on it. So.
If I could just say something. Sorry, I'm driving. I decided not to go forward with the bill because Mayor Briggs asked me not to. He said he and the county couldn't work it out as far as the county staffing it, whatever. So Mayor Briggs, who asked me to do it, then asked me not to do it. So Emmitsburg was the only request, and then they asked me not to do it. So I didn't have a plan to go forward with.
And they do have the authority already if they change their mind.
Is Ben Vogt still on the call?
Yes.
Can you address that, whether or not they already have this authority?
So yeah, the language is typically drafted this way based on the style of the existing provisions, but I certainly understand the confusion, and I remember the issue in the past being the county property taxes wanting to be removed for clarity if the intent of the bill is just to apply to municipalities and municipality tax credits. So that's something that can be done that we looked into.
Okay, the question was, do the municipalities already have the authority to do this? That is our understanding. I believe, and I don't know if County Executive Gardner is still with us. I know she had 2 meetings at once, but she testified that they can already do this and that several are.
Frederick City's already done it, and one other municipality's done it, and every municipality is allowed to do it statewide.
Yes, I think they, yeah.
Can I make a comment?
Sure.
Yeah.
My hand's been up. Are we not recognizing hands up anymore? Or?
I'm
Sorry, I did not see it.
Yeah, go ahead, Delegate Pepe. I didn't notice it. I'm sorry.
So look, I'm all for tax credits. There's no question, but I was under the impression that the proponent of this bill has asked us to withdraw it. So why are we even bringing it forward now? That's why Senator Huff withdrew it last week, because the mayor asked us not to move forward. So why has this reappeared?
Okay, Joyce Schaefer has her hand raised.
I'd like to respond to that real quick.
Okay. Go ahead and respond.
So to answer Delegate Pepe's question, this bill was requested by town of Emmitsburg, and at no time have they asked me to withdraw it. Now, if they spoke with Senator Huff about withdrawing his copy this year, Senator Huff's office did not mention that to me. The last that we talked about it was that he had had an interest in our office cross-filing. So that was obviously a renewed version of last year's bill. And as to the issue of whether or not the municipality can do it, I mean, expressly in the code, it does not state that a municipality can. And so whether or not they can is, it's more of a clarifying issue, I think. And that was the point of it. But certainly if the mayor is asking the delegation not to move forward with it, then I would withdraw the request for a letter of support.
Okay, thank you. There are two more people that wanted to speak, so let's have them speak. Joyce Schaefer.
Thank you. I just wanted to let you know that the other municipality was Middletown that enacted this credit, in addition to the city of Frederick.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
right, yeah.
And Delegate Krim, did you want to say something?
Only that the chair and I know that the city of Frederick has very competent legal staff. They would not approve anything to move forward without thoroughly researching. That's all.
Okay, then it would seem to me that since Senator Huff has not moved this bill forward and there was a misunderstanding, and it is our belief that municipalities already have the ability to do this, I don't see any need for further discussion. Is that correct?
Correct.
Everyone agrees? Okay,
Yeah.
thank you very much. That ends our topic for today. I want to give you just a heads up on one other item. Congressman Raskin would like to speak to our delegation. He's not able to do that till March 26th. So if enough of you are interested in having a conversation with Congressman Raskin, we will do that. If for some reason there's another item on the agenda, we'll discuss it. I don't anticipate it. I thank you all, at least on the House side, for getting your bond initiative information to me. There was one request for each district, and I will put it in that way as one request for each district.
I thought there were two from District 3.
Well, I was including sub-districts. In other words, there's one from 3A, one from 3B, and one from 4 on the House side.
House side.
Okay. For the good of the order, any other topics anyone wants to bring up?
Madam Chair, Joyce Schaefer has her hand raised.
Joy?
Yeah, I just wanted to also remind the delegation that we bring our transportation priorities to the delegation for approval and a co-signature on that letter that we send to the Secretary of Transportation, and that should be coming in March.
Okay, if at all possible, let's try to do it on the same date so we don't have to have two meetings. We can
Yes, Madam Chair.
consolidate it in one.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
Thanks very much. If there are no other items and I don't see any other hands, is there a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much for a very brief and efficient meeting. See you all later.